Good morning. Once again, welcome aboard to AM News. My name is Denisia Pomai. It's a wonderful Friday. Now, in our very first story, Ghana police say they foiled a plot to sell 3 AK-47 assault rifles in Tamale, arresting suspects and vowing to crack down on firearms trafficking. The IGP Special Operations Team, led by DSP Bawa Abdul Jalil, posed as buyers and seized video evidence of the weapons on a suspect's phone, including 3 AK-47s. Now, the suspects were arrested after negotiations to buy the guns fell through, with one suspect later identifying a supplier, Shamu, near the Banvim Chief's Palace. The operation was part of efforts to combat crime in Tamale, with 9 other suspects arrested for possession of narcotics, including Indian hemp and opioids. The Member of Parliament for the Ablekuma North Constituency is raising serious questions about security in basic schools within the area, warning that the openness of these schools poses potential threats to pupils. The concerns were raised during a sword-cutting ceremony for the construction of additional infrastructure for 2 schools and a clinic in the constituency. Maxwell Akloboto has more in the following report.
Alarm is being raised in the Ablekuma North constituency as the Member of Parliament warns that poor security at basic schools is leaving pupils exposed to potential danger. Speaking at a sword-cutting ceremony for the construction of the additional infrastructure for 2 schools and a clinic in the constituency, the MP, Irabna Obin, said the open nature of many of these schools.
We cannot meet overnight. They are threatened with security because, it's not even fenced properly, it's not walled properly. Security is very low and they share the compound with the community. You know, we also have the Makaranta going on there. And there are very little infrastructure or least infrastructure. It's burdened with huge numbers because we have over 500 children going to Makaranta there over the weekend, so you can imagine.
She also urged contractors working on the projects to ensure that at least 80% of their workforce is drawn from the constituency.
We can't all be employed in the public sector or government sector. We can't all do white-collar jobs. This is jobs coming right to the doorstep of the people. We are not suggesting that he takes on people who are not qualified or are not skilled to work. However, there are a lot of handy men around who can help with the project. And so I have appealed to him to take on about 80% of his workforce from the constituency. That way our youth would have something to do, and then they will also own and feel part of the project.
Meanwhile, some residents have expressed appreciation for the projects, describing them as timely and unprecedented for the area.
So we are saying to President that he should give us more. We need more. They said the building is 3-story. He should complete it for us before he leaves. That is what we are begging him. Kwashibu, we are happy.
Now, with the Ghana Medical Trust Fund expected to become operational in April, attention is shifting to the preparedness of health facilities selected to support the program. During a routine assessment visit to the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, the administrator of the fund, Obobia Dako Poku, raised concerns about the absence of key diagnostic equipment, gaps that she says could undermine patient care. There's more in the following reports by Rodlin Abensa.
The hospital serves thousands of patients daily from the capital and neighboring communities. But an inspection tour of the facility revealed shortages in critical diagnostic equipment, forcing many patients to seek services from private facilities at additional cost.
I'm surprised that you have almost about 1,000 people walking into this facility that does not have a CT scan, an MRI, fluoroscopy, a mammogram machine, X-ray, and I am saddened. And I think that for us as a medical trust fund is of deep concern to us. We cannot live in a capital city and our capital regional hospital cannot boast of any equipment that can be used. So everybody who walks in here, if you are not able to get your test done, has to be referred to a private facility outside this facility. Go and get your test done and bring it back for onward diagnostics or prescriptions or whatever it is.
The visit forms part of a nationwide assessment of hospitals earmarked to benefit from the Mahama Cares program. The exercise aims to identify equipment and infrastructure gaps ahead of full implementation. Ms. Darko Poku appealed to corporate Ghana and development partners to support government efforts to strengthen public health facilities.
I'm calling on corporate Ghana this afternoon. It's very important that we reach out as part of our corporate social responsibilities. Let's look at healthcare. So it's important that we look at it holistically and deal with it as a matter of urgency. Our hospitals really need some help.
Acting medical doctor for the hospital, Dr. Leslie Adam Zakaria, assured that measures are being put in place to safeguard any equipment the facility receives under the program.
It is our firm belief that the steps that we are putting in place to protect any equipment that we will get would be good enough to save equipment from further future damage or malfunction.
As preparations continue toward the April rollout, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund says closing equipment gaps and deepening public-private partnerships will be critical to improving healthcare delivery. Findings from the ongoing assessments are expected to guide resource allocation and ensure facilities like the Greater Accra Regional Hospital are better equipped to meet patient needs. Rhoda Lena Benson's report, read to you.
Now, in a closed-door meeting with the Nananom of the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, the Minister for Local Government, Ahmed Ibrahim, reviewed a 300% rise in monthly allowances for chiefs, calling it a strategic investment in local governance and peace. The move, which includes increased operational funds, is aimed at empowering chiefs to resolve local disputes more effectively. Anna Sabit has more.
This is where the pulse of tradition meets policy. The Minister for Local Government, Ahmed Ibrahim, brought a direct message from the presidency, a profound thank you backed by substantial action. In a closed-door meeting with the full membership of the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, Ahmed Ibrahim extended President Mahamad's appreciation for the chiefs' supportive role in governance, offering the unseen hand that ensures peace and stability in our communities.
Is to convey the President's appreciation to the chieftaincy institutions for their support, their prayers throughout the 2025. He appreciates what they did for him and said we should send his regards and seek for their guidance and prayers for 2026.
But the gratitude moved beyond words. In a landmark move for chieftaincy welfare, the government announced a staggering 300% increase in monthly allowances. Furthermore, the quarterly operational allowances for the house have been boosted from 30,000 to 50,000 Ghana cedis. The minister stated this is a strategic investment to empower the chief's judicial role and ensure faster resolution of local disputes.
Also to inform them about the steps he has taken concerning their welfare. One, he has increased their monthly allowances by 300%. Then to ensure an expeditious adjudication of cases at the Judicial Committee in the Regional Houses of Chiefs, he has increased their quarterly allowances by 67%. That's from 30,000 to 50,000.
The minister also addressed a symbolic yet significant request from the chiefs, the call for diplomatic passports. He acknowledged the legitimacy of their call, pledging the government's consideration.
It's not that they want diplomatic passport for enjoyment, but to make sure that they are able to maintain the values of customs and tradition, so that when your chief gets to the airport, they will not say remove this, remove that, remove the cloth. Will you be happy if that happens? So I think it's a worthy call, and the president will be told. Thank you.
Bono East Regional Minister Francis Osuantwi on his part noted that the role of Nananom cannot be underestimated, and as government's representatives, there is a need to be accountable to the people.
We have to be accountable to Nananom. We are taking only the custodian aspect of the funds that we raise in every district. So if you are a fund manager, it doesn't mean the funds belongs to you. We are only caretakers. So it's good we render account to Nananom.
But perhaps the most resonant message for the people was the call for unity. Francis Osuanji emphasized that the ultimate goal of this strengthened partnership is peaceful coexistence.
Where we have peace, it means that we are not going to spend much on security issues. So all the monies that we will be using to take care of the security men in the region, we can plan back to carry on developmental projects in the region.
What happened here is a multifaceted strategy: empower financially, recognize symbolically, and unite for peace. The government is making a calculated investment in the institution of chieftaincy, betting that a resourced, respected, and peaceful traditional leadership will yield dividends in local stability and national development. The ball is now in the court of collaboration. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichiman.
And moving on to other stories, in a gesture of giving back to her alma mater, the Chief Executive Officer of Serene Insurance Company and a 1992 alumna of Wesley Girls High School, Mercy Buampong, has provided comprehensive insurance cover for the school's newly acquired bus. According to the company's Takrade and Cape Coast branch manager, Bright Edem Drofenu, the support is intended to safeguard students and staff while also motivating learners to work hard and give back to the school in the future.
Ahead of its 189th anniversary, Wesley Girls High School received support from its alumni as a member of the 1992 year group, and CEO of Serene Insurance Company, Mercy Buampong, donated a comprehensive insurance package for the school's new bus, which was also provided by old students. Representing the CEO at the presentation, the company's branch manager for Takrade and Cape Coast, Bright Edem Drofenu, said the gesture is meant to ensure the comfort and safety of both students and staff.
We believe that it will help the school in terms of the fact that this is comprehensive. Now, as a normal Ghanaian, when you are driving a car and your car is comprehensively insured, you feel more comfortable than quote-unquote the third parties. So we always advise individual car owners to do comprehensive policy. With comprehensive, whether you're the one who hit the other car or the other car hits you, whatever it is, you are covered. And so it will give the student and management staff some sort of comfort whenever they are traveling with the vehicle. They know that, touch wood, no matter what happens, they are fully covered.
He added that the donation is also intended to encourage hard work among students and inspire the act of giving back to the school in future.
By doing this, we are trying as much as possible to motivate the students for them to learn hard, come out successfully, get jobs to do, and then come back to the school. You know, my boss is an old girl, she did well, and she's in a good employment, and that is why she's back to help her school. And so by so doing, it will motivate the student also to work hard and come out successfully as good students. They'll get good jobs to do, and they'll also come back to their alma mater to help them so that the cycle continues.
Expressing appreciation, the headmistress, Evelyn Nanefwa Asan, called for more support from alumni and stakeholders.
We are so much grateful to Mrs. Mercy Buampong, a member of the 92-year group of Wesley Girls High School, or Student Association, and for this kind gesture that he has extended to the institution. We have received this comprehensive insurance for a vehicle that was also donated by our old girls, 1972 year group, and we are so much grateful to her and to Serene Insurance Company. As the CEO, we are also putting in more requests that I'm sure there are other insurance packages that he can offer to us. And so anytime our doors are open, like Oliver Trace, we are asking for more. People should come to our aid. We are calling on all well-meaning stakeholders to come to our aid. We need more vehicles to take our students out for educational trips, cultural activities, and then sporting activities as well.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Lisol Nkoma reports for Joy News.
Well, it's now time for some business news. Samuel Kujubris will bring us that after this breather.
To our first story now, and I will bring you that one here. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is urging the government to consider a public-private partnership in establishing 3 new textile and garment factories in Ghana this year. This comes after the government announced plans to set up factories which are expected to create over 27,000 jobs in the country. Speaking to Joy Business, Greater Accra Regional Chairman of AGI, Chonam Akpelo, believes public-private partnership approach would be beneficial as it would leverage private sector expertise and resources to drive industrial growth.
The standards required in the Canadian and the US markets is very high. We need to make sure that we take issues of standard very seriously and produce to meet this standard at all times. And then it's also about ownership and management. Our view is that there must always be a private participation. We believe that when AGI and our industrial leaders are allowed to be actively involved, we will see the best that comes from the private sector, especially to ensure continuity beyond governments and to ensure that private sector takes full ownership of some of these initiatives. So yes, we'll be happy to have discussions around ensuring that private sector is at the center of all of these creation and new creation of factories in the country.
And tax consultant Francis Timori-Boy has described as worrying the refusal of some businesses to reduce prices despite recent value-added tax reforms and the establishment of a compliance task force. Speaking to Joy Business, he urged the government to intensify engagement in public education to ensure the tax relief translates into lower prices for consumers.
I think it's a bit worrying because I have personally seen instances where businesses are so broadly leaving their prices of goods and services the same, even though the COVID-19 and other taxes have been scrapped. A few of them we see price reduction. So in effect, consumers are not going to get this government, initiatives to, cushion or reduce the cost of goods and services for consumers. It's going back to, people's pockets or business pockets. Some have not actually amended their prices. Some have also done so. But I think that if businesses do not change their prices and make sure that price gets reduced and maybe raise other concerns like the other input costs which has gone up, then that is going to be a concern. You and I are not going to have any benefit. It's rather going to benefit the businesses. Remember, right now, about 6%, which used to be cost, talk about COVID-19 levy and then the 5% levies. Now everything is coming back to business as input credit. They are going to take that from government as a credit or refund. And so instead of them reducing prices, if they are pocketing this, then it's a worry to you and I as consumers. I think governments will continue to appeal, and the task force is one of the major tools that we've seen. They can go around. Unfortunately, just about 26-member task force, they can't cover the whole Ghana. So we'll continue to educate people and see how consumers can benefit from this, and also GRA should do a targeted audit. Audit is one of the biggest compliance tools to ensure people comply. VAT relies on self-declaration. You are an agent to government, and so you collect and then go and account for it. So if we're able to deploy auditors to go and check some of these things, I believe that compliance will eventually pick up. Otherwise, a few people are going to benefit, especially businesses, and you and I will just be like that.
Let's wrap up the update with what's trending on the commodities market. That's all in Business Update. Back to you, Denise.
You definitely so could you raise. Well, that's it for AM News. For more news, I know a place, myjoyonline.com. Please enjoy the rest of the show. Sports is up next. Have a lovely, lovely weekend.